March 28th. I think that's the hawk. Anyway, it's a really nice day. Bigfoot giant. Trying to see what's different today, and I think I finally am noticing it. It's that the light is at a higher angle, and noticeably so, and that's what's causing the shift in energy, I feel, and also just the way everything is lit, obviously, but it's a very subtle thing, and it's like just to know that on March 28th you can experience this, but it's definitely, from my perspective where I'm at right now, you can definitely tell that there's been a shift in the angle of the light. It's higher in the sky for sure, noticeably so, more so than like last week. So first time I noticed the shift was first week in February. And now, well, I guess it's like first week in April, definitely notice the shift in the light. So just want to make an observation. Just amazing, the 2/3 waning warm moon. It's just really big on the horizon. Some afterthoughts about the moon in the ongoing study of what it is, what it might be. Just observing things like shadows, where the light source seems to be. Max zoom right there. So, shadow on the portion closest to me, looks like on that one. I'll take a still and zoom in later on. So I'm going to zoom over to the top left now. See how the back portion of that crater rim is lit, but not the front. So that's telling me the light source is directly opposite, which would make sense, basically, because it's still quite full, but not quite full, right? So I'll try to keep the heavy breathing to a minimum. It's just difficult. I'm hunched over. It's freezing cold. I'm wearing 4 jackets. It's not exactly easy breathing. Hovering over my Nikon, trying to micromanage my tripod. Got the focus great. Wow, look at the detail. Even on the portion that is not supposed to be really having detail because it's still quite full on the lower portion. Yeah, okay, now you can see it really starts to lose detail. Interesting, nonetheless. I'm gonna snap a few stills. There you go. Wow, almost has. Hey, I think that was a plane. There's no light. There's no lights. Amazing. I mean, it could have been a bird, right? I'm still looking. There's no lights. Pan back. Maybe my camera will catch something. I mean, there's a plane way up and to the right going the opposite way, so that wasn't it. Wish I had that flight radar app downloaded. I mean, I think it had to be a bird, right? Especially because you can't see any light, but just curious because that's the second time I filmed something like that. And I mean, could it be a bird? Or a plane? Superman. That was amazing, whatever that was. I'll have to definitely slow it down, so I'm going to pause even, try to freeze frame it. I'm going to start a new video. I really wonder what that was, because there was no lights anywhere. And I had it zoomed, like, maybe like that much. So what kind of size are we talking? I mean, it's very difficult to tell. Relative, especially intriguing though, is no lights. I'm just hoping my camera got enough of it. Okay, so have a look as the moon starts to lose exposure. The rim now is starting to be more evidently highlighted. It's definitely happening. So is it a camera thing, or is it an optical thing with our eyes, or is it just the way light works? See, right there it could look concave, right? I don't know, just the lines. Like, shining bright on the rim, right? I'm trying to get the angle where I almost saw, yeah, it could be like, okay. If you're trying to look for it, you'll see it. It'll only be for a second. But then your mind will take over and override that with a more logical for it to comprehend. So, knowing that the rim is definitely a phenomenon, whether or not it's a camera thing or not, is yet to be determined. Secondly, I believe you can only have a crescent being lit in the fashion, the way in which it is, by having something like a bowl, B-O-W-L, not a ball. And that's what I meant by the experiment where I showed light from above shining into a bowl, producing a perfect crescent, which we always see, a perfect crescent. And there is no hotspot on the moon. You don't have a hotspot in a bowl, but I will test it just to see. It's interesting just to see, to test things. But you do have a hotspot on a ball, and we don't have a hotspot when we observe the moon. So it's further indicative of the idea that the moon may very well be concave. receiving light and energy from the sun. It's amazing to think about, isn't it? It's just awesome. Because at this point, out-of-box thinking is going to help to understand what we're looking at. What's going on? It's amazing. Just snap a few stills. There you go. Wow, almost has. Hey, I think that was a plane. There's no light. Wow, almost has. Hey, I think that was a plane.
It's all in grey. You're not supposed to see this side. Normally it's just the back of the mask. And we keep turning around, and this nice effect here as he suddenly pops out to you, because although it's a hollow face, he's going to suddenly pop in your imagination to be a full face.
So this is sunlight from the sun. Half moon.